テキサス A&M 大学。ここでソルガムの食用としての新たな可能性に関するさまざまな研究が行われています。
This is one of, we have 2 seed rooms where we keep all of our breeding material, and so this is all the seed that we accumulate and save and process and evaluate. What you see against this wall would represent the season from 2010, okay? And over here on this wall will be the season 2011, okay? We keep about 100,000 different breeding materials in our breeding program. And we have another cold room where we keep older seed that
47年前からソルガムの研究を続けているドクター・ルーニーに話を聞きました。
In my career, when I first started, it was to work with sorghum only as a feed grain for livestock feed, and we found early on with others that these high tannin sorghums caused a depression in feeding efficiency in all livestock species. So we tried to get rid of all of those. So we developed a lot of information showing that the bird-resistant tannin sorghums also caused animals to perform very poorly. Then we began to recognize that maybe those bad properties are actually pretty good for human foods, where we want to delay digestion and to provide help against type 2 diabetes.
In addition to the nutrients that you also find in grains such as maize and wheat and rice, sorghum is also a source of antioxidants, i.e. phytochemicals or polyphenolics. They have been found to have anti-cancer properties, anti-inflammatory properties.
My research is targeted at trying to maintain or improve the intestinal health of humans, and so we're very interested in identifying things that could prevent colon cancer, as well as hopefully suppress inflammatory bowel disease. Both of those are problems in the U.S. Population. Colon cancer is the second leading cause of death, and inflammatory bowel disease the risk of that is increasing worldwide. We have very high levels of a lot of molecules in the sorghum that have antioxidant activity to them. Now, these compounds don't simply serve as antioxidants. They have a lot of other effects in our bodies that we know can protect against this disease through a variety of different mechanisms. And so the compounds that we have present in the sorghum grains are actually somewhat unique. They are not found in a lot of other different food sources, and so that is what we think makes particularly sorghum to be beneficial.
The active components, the obvious ones with a whole grain are the dietary fiber, and which plays a significant role with glucose absorption and digestion of carbohydrates. The other one that's gaining exposure is the antioxidant content of sorghum. The concentration of antioxidants within sorghum is much greater even than a lot of fruits and berries, which tend to be, at least in the U.S., assumed to be the highest sources of antioxidants. And sorghum, especially the darker sorghums, are showing that they may have a greater antioxidant potential than fruits. And so I think what we're seeing is that the potential for sorghum not only has the benefits of dietary fiber, but also increased antioxidants, which combined can lead to a potential significant health outcome. more so with diabetes. Obesity, at least in the U.S., is the levels are stabilizing, but diabetes rates seem to still be climbing. So there may be some separation between the causes of each of those conditions. And I think there's becoming more evidence that whole grains, including sorghum and sorghum foods, might be a way to help regulate or control. Not enough data to say we can reverse those trends, but at least better manage blood glucose and diabetes risk factors.
ドクター・ミラーは食肉加工の観点からソルガムの可能性について研究しています。
And one of the real drivers right now with the U.S. consumer is natural products. And so we are looking for natural antioxidants to add to meat products. And that's how we got oriented towards use of high tannin sorghum bran. They actually have a powerful antioxidant that's a natural product. The people that are just doing these types of products, whether that's for the food service industry or the retail industry in the United States, get excited because they see something that's even better than what they're currently using. And obviously it's a natural product other than adding a chemical. To try to identify which varieties of sorghum bran we have functionality in, and then at what levels. And also we're doing that so that we aren't affecting the taste. And so in the ground beef patties, we want it to look the same and not taste different than a ground beef patty. And some of the big markets for this type of product would be school lunch. We serve a lot of children every day pre-cooked ground beef patties, and they're adding antioxidants because they need to. Well, to be able to add something like sorghum bran instead of BHA, BHT,